And time now for the markets with Artis Ford. He's standing in this week for Leighton Spann.
That's right, Amy. Leighton taking a little time off for some professional improvement. Livestock markets were affected by the government shutdown this week. There are a lot of daily slaughter reports and the like, which traders watch as they're looking for trends to trade on. But looking at the markets this week, a major pulpwood mill in North Alabama and Northeast Mississippi is closing permanently. Corn prospects have improved enough that some say store it if you can, and the fundamentals continue to be strong for beef. Well, catching up on forestry news, International Paper has announced that it will permanently close its paper mill in North Alabama at Courtland. Courtland is located on alternate Highway 72, about 50 miles from the Alabama-Mississippi state line. The plant is owned by it's the largest owned by IP, and it employs 1,100 people. It can produce up to 950,000 tons of paper a year. The 42-year-old paper mill is expected to close by March 31st of next year. The plant mostly makes copier-type paper. IP cited a 14-year downtrend in this market brought on as people switched to paperless electronic billing and online publications and the like. The closing will probably have a negative impact on pulpwood prices in Northeast Mississippi due to the mill's proximity and the massive amount of pulp that it buys. Well, December corn hit a 3-year low on Monday. At midweek, corn futures had recovered some. The stocks report released on Monday continues to weigh on the market, and harvest pressure is still a factor. The American Farm Bureau market report says that by the time the USDA releases its next supply and demand report, it believes that corn prices will be somewhere between $4 and $4.25. The prices should receive some relief, though, when the next crop report is expected to show a reduction in acreage. Market analyst Jamie Kohaki says prices might slide to $4.20. If you have storage, though, don't sell.
The small sample that is coming in is pretty decent, better than I think what was expected based off the weather this summer. But the key number for December has been 444, 445. Those lows there, Buster it, we're off to the races, maybe 420 or 430 area. But we can't seem to get through that off bearish news. So that signals to me maybe we need to see some profit taking, retrace a little bit higher, and then come back down again. I think the top side could be 470. If you have on-farm storage, I would fill the bins up and lock the door shut until January, February, March. There is carry from December out to March. It's not exactly full carry, but there is enough out there to pay some bills. So I would store corn right now, look to price it, forward price it sometime first quarter of next year.
Well, it's time for the trivia quiz today on Farm Week. The smell of fresh baked bread is heavenly, and the taste as well. Our question is, what about the amount of bread that you can bake from 1 bushel of wheat? The question, how many commercial-sized loaves of white bread can you make from 1 bushel of wheat? Is the answer 35, 42, 60, or 75? I'll tell you at the end of the markets. Well, cattle futures at midweek seem to be in a drifting mode as traders seem uncommitted to either side of the market. The federal government shutdown meant that many USDA reports that the traders watch were unavailable. This helped to add to the lack of direction. Light feeder cattle trade has helped to move up prices for feeders to be delivered next year. Market analyst Jamie Kohaki says that he agrees that the feeder cattle and fed cattle markets are strong fundamentally.
But the market is still fundamentally strong. I'm still bullish longer term. It's been a very impressive, solid trade that we've seen. I would like to see December pull back down around 130.50, 130 area, maybe try to get long there. But I'm not chasing speculative longs up in here where they're at right now. But yeah, the cash market is strong, fundamentals are strong, and a longer term, I think you're still $2 higher by first quarter next year. The way the numbers look right now, feeder cattle getting a little bit overdone there. It has been a very, very impressive trade. $6, we ran into 50-day, shot straight up like a rocket and haven't looked back since. $6 rally, like I was saying. Would not chase it here either. Look for a couple of dollars setback to get long. But it's a demand-driven market. Supplies are tight. Fundamentals are strong. Demand is good. And I think there's still more upside longer term.
Well, before we get to Amy and our new feature story today, let's check the trivia answer for this week. Well, the answer today is 42. The National Association of Wheat Growers says you can make 42 1.5 pound commercial loaves from one 60-pound bushel of wheat.